Hi everybody, I have a new video today where I'm going to be talking about my thoughts on something yet again. Today's topic is a bit lighter, but hopefully interesting all the same. So for those of you that do not know, Finally Rich by Chief Keef, the groundbreaking trap album, is about to turn 10, or has just turned 10, something along those lines. And I wanted to talk about it relative to Kurt Cobain and Nirvana, who I think is Chief Keef's most similar musical counterpart. So, what makes Kurt Cobain so great? Well, people can talk about, yes, he had some great songs and he looked cool and he had some nice guitars, but at the root of it, if you watch any YouTube video or look up any article on, the rise of Nirvana, everyone will talk about Kurt Cobain's use of melody. In an incredible number of his songs, he has rather simplistic lyrics and very simplistic instrumentation, but the song is made absolutely incredible. It is absolutely incredible because of the melody. So the prime example of this is Smells Like Teen Spirit. So I'm going to pull out two examples from this, the chorus and the pre-chorus. So I'll start with the chorus. So the lyrics are honestly a little bit silly. I mean, for those of you that don't know, it goes, a mulatto, an albino, a mosquito, my libido. So he's just saying my libido's really big and mosquito's really small. He's just saying he's horny. The whole chorus, every chorus, you listen to Smells Like Teen Spirit from now on, just thinking back in your head, all Kurt Cobain is saying is, I am so horny. And yet it doesn't sound silly, right? Because the melody is so good that a lot of people don't even really sing along to the lyrics as much as they just kind of sing along to the general melody, right? Which is why it's pretty easy to make up lyrics for Smells Like Teen Spirit. You can take it from a mulatto, an albino, to, I don't know, this lamp is green and it's on. And it's it's not difficult, right? Compare that to, a less melodically driven song, like, say, Imagine by John Lennon, right? To pick another popular one, imagine all the people, this lamp is green. It doesn't exactly work as well. It doesn't let you fit in as many words because it's this very kind of drawn out melody, and then it's do do do. Compared with Smells Like Teen Spirit, where it's this kind of nice, nice melodic flow. And the pre-chorus after this, well, sorry, let me state the chorus's melody. It goes da 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 da. So it's very pretty melody. But I think an even better example of this is the pre-chorus, where Kurt Cobain just goes, hello, 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 hello. And that's all he says for the entire time. He just says hello. Well, he kind of says how low at the end, but he basically just says hello. And yet, you put on Teen Spirit in the car, any age group, what is the one part that people go crazy for and they'll always sing along to and they'll always hum along to? It's the pre-chorus. It's the hello, 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 hello. It's not because it's the most interesting lyrics or because it resonates with the most people or because it's the most climactic point of the song, but it's because that is an incredible melody. Now, I won't go into the full music theory of it. Essentially, he just plays what's called a suspended chord, and then he plays what's called he plays a minor chord, and then at the end he plays a power chord. So a suspended chord creates suspense, right? It's very, builds a lot of tension. A minor chord is sad, and then a power chord is really powerful. So it's kind of this suspense, this release of sadness, and then this powerful punch is what that melody does. You can watch YouTube videos on it, but if you don't want to, just give it a listen. If you haven't listened in a while, give it a listen. It really is fantastic. So, as I've said, the reason that Kurt Cobain blew up so much in the music industry was not because of his lyrics or because of the instrumentation. He had very simple guitar parts, but because of his use of melody. Chief Keef was exactly the same way. So I'm going to skip back to The Dead and some of the, Almighty So, some of the original mixtapes, and go straight to Finally Rich, partially because it's almost its anniversary. I feel like I got to honor it, but also because it's really his hit maker. It's where people tend to know Chief Keef from. And as an example song, I'm going to be picking Hate Being Sober. So if you put the song on in the car, the odds that people know the lyrics to the chorus, I would say are pretty low, 50-50 at best, like with a crowd who likes that kind of music. Generally speaking, though, people know the I hate being sober, I'm a smoker, and then after that it trails off a bit. But what is the one thing that people will always keep doing? They'll always keep kind of humming along or kind of making up the lyrics to it, but keeping the melody going, because the melody is so good. So here, I'll sing the melody really quick. So it goes, I hate being sober, I'm a smoker, Fredo love drinking, Tato like Molly water. And you can see, I mean, of course, it sounds a bit silly that way, but you can hear it's a really nice melody, right? Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Right? Like it sounds pretty. It's a nice melody. And Chief Keef was doing this at a time when rap was not particularly melodic. However, rap was, in a way, trending toward pop music. Now, how so? Well, you look at a lot of rap songs from the early, mid, and especially big in the late 2000s and the early 2010s. Really big in the mid 2000s, late 2000s, early 2010s. A lot of rap songs tended to focus on a female vocalist in the chorus, and that tended to be kind of the hit maker part of the song. So here, I have some examples here. Rihanna on, what's it called? All the Lights by Kanye, Airplanes by B.O.B. with Hayley Williams, E.T. by Kanye West with Katy Perry, Stan by Eminem with Ditto, right? What's the one part of these songs everyone knows? It's the female vocalist on the chorus, right? Or even sometimes it wasn't a female vocalist, like Rich Off Cocaine, but it was generally a higher pitched singer. And these parts were simple lyrically, they were great melodically, and they contrasted the rap part of the song that was generally difficult to sing along to, because that's the difficult part of rap, is it can be fantastic, but it's difficult to sing along to. Try singing along to New York State of Mind. You just have to know the lyrics. Compare that to like, Hey Jude or something like that, right? You wait 3 minutes and soon enough it's just na 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 na, and you don't have to know a single lyric in the whole world because it just repeats for like 15 times. So anyways, rap music had some difficulty breaking into the mainstream because it lacked a kind of standard set of choruses in the 90s. Of course, Tupac started to do this before anyone. And in the 2000s, this was solved by having a featured vocalist sing, because a lot of rap artists weren't fantastic singers, understandably, sing a chorus that was melodically driven. But the chorus was not rap. It was not rap. It was just standard pop. They were not rapping. It was pop. And what this kind of did is this drove rap music more toward pop music, right? Like you listen to these songs, you listen to E.T. by Kanye West, you listen to, Airplanes by B.O.B., right? And they tended to deal with subject matter that was very different than the music that was being put out, the rap music that was being put out in the 90s. Why is this? Well, because it was commercially driven. This was commercially driven music. This was pop music. This was designed to be played on the radio. Chief Keef, though, took this style of melodic rap music and brought it back to kind of rap music's standard formulas, right? Of not having a featured artist, or if they do, that featured artist sings a verse, right? They don't sing the chorus, they sing a verse. They rap a verse. And having the lyrical content generally more revolving around real life things related to the artist compared to being about, sex with an alien, in the case of E.T. by Kanye. Or, airplanes in the night sky like shooting stars. That thing. Sorry, I'm just checking the time. Okay, I'm going to wrap this up fast. So, yes, Chief Keef brought rap back to its roots of more simplistic, brought rap back to its roots with, standard verses, more serious lyrical content, but also added the melodic element that allowed it to be commercially successful. Simultaneously with this, right, Chief Keef managed to make rap popular that actually dealt with, like, traditional rap lyrical content, right? Again, you look at Nirvana's music, and again, as I've said, it was very commercially successful, but it was also very heavy, right? It was heavy, heavy, heavy music. You listen to, Bon Jovi or something like that. It's light in comparison. It's nothing. Nirvana was heavy music. Go listen to Territorial Pissings, right? Go listen to Tourette's. Heavy, heavy stuff. It was punk music. And yet it was commercially successful because of the melodies. Chief Keef managed to take rap music that was about, drugs and dealing and gang violence and stuff, and make it popular by adding a melody to it. Right? He took New York State of Mind, and he took, airplanes, and he put them into one, and then he made, Love Sosa and Happy and Sober and Macaroni Time and all these. And he didn't do it because he started writing better lyrics or because he had better production. It's because he had fantastic melodies. And it's why Chief Keef is so much fun to sing along to in the car, even if you don't know any of the lyrics. I just hit my glass. Yeah, so you see this today where hip-hop music has kind of split into two fields, or I guess more like three fields. There's still some traditional rap, though it's not too big. There's trap music, which tends to be, more melodically driven, and people call it mumble rap, Playboy Cardi, things of that nature. And then more traditional hip hop, which has moved honestly a little bit also towards melody as well, but generally speaking tends to deal with less serious lyrical content. So this is like Drake. I would say Drake is a prime example of this. Doja Cat also is a good example of this. Yeah, and that's basically all I have to say. So yeah, Chief Keef is very much like Nirvana's Kurt Cobain, because of his melodically driven music and because of his storming onto the music scene and his reformulation of the rap song formula that was so popular in the late 2000s and the early 2010s, and bringing rap back to its roots and kind of saving it from this trending into pop that began to happen. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Yeah, so praise be to... I'm going to start saying this now because I think it's funny. I have to start like a funny thing that I say at the end of every video. Praise be to Thursday, the day of the week. Okay, have a good day, everyone.